see whether or not DeMarco makes the cut for sure. Talk with our pal, or my pal at least, and Emily's associate, Oral Hershiser. Oral, how you feeling this morning, my friend?
I'm doing good here from Atlanta.
Oh, okay. You're working the game. So I have a new partner, Oral.
Yes.
DeMarco Farr is my new co-host, so he's very anxious for you to become his friend as well.
Yes, please be my friend. Is that possible?
I would like to be his friend because he's 6'1", 276, and he would have crushed me.
How did you know that? Did you look me up on the internet? I'm not 276 anymore.
I would never look you up on the internet, but I would listen to you. And, I got to find out who's next to Travis now. I feel like this is like a first date. This is really weird.
We're courting? I like this. We're going out. Yes. Who's paying, me or you?
Oh, he should pay because he's a world champion and he's got a Pro Bowl, and he's retired and he's healthy and he's got 2 good knees. So, yeah, he's paying.
Well, you're a world champion. You were an all-star and a Cy Young Award winner. So, I don't know. Maybe you guys go Dutch.
Well, I don't know that. Not on a first date. I don't go Dutch.
Yeah,
my man. Yes, sir.
Fair enough. All right, Oral, let's you like you mentioned, you're in Atlanta, 4-game series against the Braves.
Yeah.
DeMarco and I were talking before the show. By the time you guys leave Atlanta, is Shohei the first ever 50-50 guy? You think he gets it in Atlanta?
Wow. There's some challenges here in Atlanta because of the weather. I mean, every day is above 50% rain. We got a text this morning from Dodger Travel on we are going to go ahead and have live VP on the field because the weather might be clear enough, but we had contingency plans of no BP on the field and tarps on and hitting in the cage to get ready. So I think there's a chance. There's a chance we're going to end up with, maybe playing a doubleheader. Who knows if all the games are going to get in? They've got to get them all in because Atlanta's in the wild card race and the Dodgers could be in a race, but that's not as tight right now as Atlanta trying to climb in, and they're 1 game out. So it's going to be interesting trials and tribulations, I think, with the weather here. He could leave as a 50-50 guy. The thing I'm more concerned about in this series is what it can do to the pitchers if all of a sudden you have stops and starts in games and that hits your bullpen, that hits your starters who can't go as far, that hits whatever. That's the Achilles heel right now of the Dodgers is getting the pitchers and the starters healthy.
Oral, how much does a 50-50 guy resonate with you? Like a 2,500-yard rusher in the NFL will get my attention. A guy gets 25 sacks. Wow, that's impossible. 50-50, how does that resonate with you?
It's historic. It's like so far out of your mind as I don't know what records in football would be outside the reach of what you think your mind can comprehend. But for him to do 50-50 is ridiculous. And the ridiculous part about it is everything he's had to deal with, the new contract, coming to a new city, the expectations, jumping over every single bar, the controversy at the beginning of the year with his interpreter. Nothing has affected him. He's like an AI robot at times. And then he's a complete gentleman. He's doing this with no malice. He's doing this with no anger. You cannot see what drives him. With a lot of athletes, you watch people and you go, oh, I see what drives him. He was cut from his high school team, and now that's driven him to show everybody. Oh, I can see what drives him. He just has world-class ability, but he has this edge that his parents never let him say, you're good. You're going to have to keep proving it. I mean, you can't see his edge. It's just like he's ridiculous on how he goes about everything.
Oral Hershiser joining us. Dodgers and the Braves getting ready for a 4-game series. I don't want to jump the gun here, Oral, but I know you and I like to talk about the other things that you got going on, Legends Attic, things like that.
Yeah.
Last time we talked, you were getting ready for your night with Ned Coletti, which is happening on my anniversary with my lovely wife, Susan.
Yeah, you're not coming. I hope you're doing your anniversary.
Well, that's kind of where I was getting at. I know it's coming up.
September 27th is your anniversary. September 27th is the special night with Ned Coletti at Legends Attic. It's cocktails. It's wine and cheese. It's tour of the store. It's a dinner. It's a speaking engagement. It's a special guest that I'm going to bring, and I think he's going to speak Spanish a little bit, so that gives you a hint, but I'm not going to reveal who my special guest is yet. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's September 27th, and anybody who wants to know more about it and more about your wedding anniversary that night. That you have to go to Legends Attic to find out about Travis's wedding anniversary. LegendsAttic.com.
I look, I don't want to invite myself, although that's exactly what I'm doing. I just did float the idea to Susan if that would be something she would want to do on our anniversary, and she seemed open to the idea.
Well, if you guys come on your anniversary, we will sing Happy Anniversary at the dinner. You can come there. We'll post a few pictures of your wedding day on our website at legendsattic.com. There'll be a picture of you. I'd rather it just be of your wife, though. It'd be probably better for the internet.
Come on.
Did you wear like a tux and tails and like white top hat and cane? What did you wear?
I'm not the guy from Monopoly. I mean, no, it was 1990. It was a traditional black tuxedo. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Very nice, in Dodger blue tie, I hope.
I should have. Where were you in 97? You should have hooked me up. When you came on with this,
was the car that when you left the wedding, was it a Hummer? Are you driving a Hummer yet?
Oh my God,
not yet. So I talked with our pal Eddie Alizadeh, and he kind of floated the idea of a Hummer at some point, and we'll see. We're in negotiations, Oral. No, I'm not.
You can rock a Hummer.
I'd like to give it a shot.
You're a big dude. Yeah.
Have you driven it, Oral?
I've driven one, but I don't drive one. The thing about a Hummer at my age, it gets a little harder to get in and out of.
Get you like a little ladder, like over the side of a boat.
Kind of fall out of the side of it. Yeah, there you go.
That'll look really good.
No doors and a rope ladder. Hey, can I ask you a quick question about pitching in the postseason? How much different is it when the postseason starts for pitchers? Because we're doing a lot of talking about the Dodgers and the rotation going into the postseason. What is it like going from regular season to postseason pitching?
Well, first of all, just looking at the schedule, one is a marathon, one is a sprint. So in a sprint, every step matters. So every pitch matters. You don't want to misstep. You got to know that any trouble, you might be taken out or you better get out of it quickly. I think that surprising the hitter every once in a while in the playoffs is very important, going away from your norm. And with so much data study nowadays and everything that's recorded, understanding yourself as much as the opponent is really important. I think in the regular season, it's more about these are my strengths and this is what I'm going to go with, and I'm going to get 33 starts and nowadays 200 innings, back in the day more 250 or more. But I'm going to get this many reps, and this many reps with this style is going to bring me these results, where in the playoffs, you're not getting as many reps, and you need to, I think, go away from your strengths sometimes or away from your norm to make and get key outs or set a key tone for later in the game, the next at bat, that you can surprise somebody with to get a key out. And so, like, I don't think I threw a pitch sidearm in the whole 88 World's regular season, but in the playoffs, I threw sidearm breaking balls to Canseco and McGuire in my last game after they had already seen me. And in their next at-bats, they flew out to the warning track. And I just thought to myself, just putting that little bit of doubt in their head might have taken away a little bit of their bat speed, where I give up warning track fly balls instead of home runs.
This is the Oakland A's, McGuire and Canseco,
oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
yeah, the Bash brothers.
So these two dudes are like, one's on deck and the other one's at the plate. I mean, what are you thinking? Like, good Lord.
Yeah, and this is pre-knowing maybe somebody was on steroids. So, yeah, good Lord. Those guys are way bigger than me.
Yeah,
don't hit him.
DeMarcus, I'm the guy that can palm a basketball with my chest, right? I can put my shoulders together and hold a basketball. So I didn't have your chest.
Wow. I've never heard that.
The thing about guys that are strong, I would rather face home run hitters than contact hitters, because you can make a good pitch with a contact hitter and he can still put it in play, and the baseball probabilities he can drop in and give you a hit and break your back, where a home run hitter usually has a hole, or usually when you exchange some information with him and get him to swing the bat, you can see where the hole might be or what he's sitting on. So with the Oakland A's back then, just to review history, I noticed that most of their home runs were hit by off-speed breaking balls. And I told our guys, I'm like, guys, in a pitcher's meeting, we don't want to throw these guys breaking balls for strikes. Everybody defaults to a breaking ball and a fastball count with these guys because they're home run hitters, but then they're in a count where they need to throw a 3-1 strike, a 2-1 strike, a 2-0 strike, and they're throwing these get-over breaking balls, and these guys are hammering it. when we have to throw a strike, we should throw the ball either low and away, look for a ground ball, or make them beat us to the opposite field, or we're going to jam them inside. We're not. When we throw a breaking ball, we need to make it look like a chase pitch, and that's kind of the key element, that you might not do that in the regular season. In the regular season, you might say, well, I need to get back in the count. Oh, yeah, I'll throw a breaking ball. But in the sprint of the postseason, I think you got to have some other strategies.
Orel Hershiser join us. Orel, real quick before we let you go, you mentioned when we spoke last Friday that you saw Shohei throw on the side. We've seen him throw in the bullpen since. You said he looked like he was...
You guys blew me up, man. I was going to get in trouble, I thought. You guys blew me up on the internet.
You
blew me up. It got repeated everywhere. I'm not talking about that subject ever again. I don't want to get fired.
You're not the only one that's talking about it now, though. Plasky wrote a column on it. Dave was asked about it. Andrew Friedman was asked about it.
Well, you started it, Travis. You're not a friend of mine anymore. DeMarcus, I'm with you. First day, we're together.
Well,
if you get fired, there's a seat right here. We got you.
Here's what I'll say:
DeMarcus just got the job. I can't come over there.
You can tell me to pound sand. That's fine. All I know is here's what I didn't hear from Friedman. Here's what I didn't hear from Dave Roberts. No blanking way. That's what I didn't hear.
Oh, you didn't hear?
No.
Well, we want him healthy for 10 years, right? Mm-hmm. He is having a most amazing year. Part of the foundation of coming back is throwing great side works, is throwing great catch sessions, is throwing great long toss. He's so meticulous in the way he goes about it and is regimented. When you see it, it looks above and beyond practice. But I think it's also because he's so meticulous and so precise with how he does his movements and how he throws the ball and where his health is at. So when I said on your show that if I threw a side work like that, I'd be pitching in the big leagues. If I played catch like that, I'd be pitching right now. That's way better than I ever did. It's his ability is that exceptional. His preparation is that exceptional. And you didn't hear them say no way. Maybe because the Dodgers' backs might be against the wall when it comes to pitching. That is the problem as of right now, right? Our rotation could be Flaherty, Glasnow, Yamamoto, with two guys in the background, maybe three guys in the background, but the two guys that are in the background are exceptionally high-end talents that are not pitching well right now, and that's Buehler and Bobby Miller. But both could end up being MVPs of any series if all of a sudden they're in there, they've earned the spot, or you have to use them, and then they pitch up to their abilities. All of a sudden you go, oh, my God, thank God we have him. But right now it's like they're huge question marks. So we'll see. I don't know. They didn't say no way.
Yep.
Next year we open in Japan. It could be the Cubs starter, Japanese-born guy, and Yamamoto, or it could be Shohei's first time pitching for the Dodgers, and I think that would get some worldwide ratings. Yeah, that would be amazing.
I do too, and I would love to see that. But like I say to DeMarco frequently, why not both?
Yeah,
definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's
both?
a heavy subject for my first date with him.
We're doing good.
Yeah,
we're doing good. Yeah, I'll pick up the check.
There you go. DeMarco's buying. We're all in. Always a pleasure to talk with you, Orel. Thanks so much.
September 27th, your anniversary. Go to legendsaddict.com to find out about your anniversary and our night with Ned Coletti and Orel Hershiser special guests. See you guys.
We'll see you then. Thanks, Orel.
Awesome.
All right, so add it to
anybody calls me DeMarcus other than Orel Hershiser, we got problems, okay? Anybody else in this room?
That's first date. He's figuring it out.
Of course, yeah.
Here we go. You know what he didn't say?
What?
No way. Yeah, right? No way.
Still a possibility.
I'm still waiting to hear that.
And I hope Bobby Miller and Buehler are MVPs.
Yep, me too.
I really hope so.
Me too. Me too. But we'll see. And we'll talk about this coming up in just a little bit. There's a name that he didn't mention, and he certainly knows him, and I'm sure he respects him a great deal, but Landon Knack, who's scheduled to pitch in this series, that I want to get into as well. But not before we do what's coming up next, which is The Far Side, which has quickly become my favorite segment. It's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco on 710 ESPN.